Hi, in this video, we are going to look at how we work with the formula for simple interest. The formula takes on the format A is equal to P multiplied by the bracket 1 plus IN. A is the amount accumulated. It is the amount you have at the end of an investment. P is your principal amount. It is the amount that you put into an investment. I is the rate of interest, and we calculate this as a percentage over 100. N is the duration of the investment, and we always calculate this in years. When working with the formula, we substitute the initial amount being invested into P. Then we convert the interest rate into a decimal and substitute it into I. And finally, we substitute the duration of the investment into our N value. To solve for A, we start by multiplying I and N. Then we add 1 and we multiply the entire bracket by P. Let's look at some examples. Jane plans to buy a house. She deposits $8,600 into an account. The bank offers her an interest rate of 11% per annum. How much money will Jane have after 8 years? The question is asking us to find the amount of money Jane has at the end of her investment. We are looking for the accumulated amount, so we need to solve for A. Let's start by finding our P, I, and N values. She deposits $8,600 into the account. This is the amount she starts with. It is our principal amount. So over here, we say P is equal to 8,600. The bank offers her an interest rate of 11% per annum. So this is our value of I. It is the rate of interest. So we say I is equal to, remember that a percentage is actually a value over 100. So 11% is 11 over 100, which is equal to 0.11. She invests for 8 years. This is our value of N. So we say N is equal to 8. Now we can put our values into the formula. So we say A is equal to P, 8,600. Then we open our bracket. We have 1 plus the value of I, 0.11. I'm going to put that into a bracket, multiplied by N, which is 8. Now we have P, 8,600. Inside our bracket, we need to multiply I and N. 0.11 multiplied by 8 gives us 0.88 plus 1, and we get 1.88. Now we can multiply P by the bracket, and we get an answer of $16,168. Let's do another example. Alex invests $1,250 at a rate of 8%. How much will Alex have after 6 years? Again, we need to solve for A. So let's write down our P, I, and N values. Alex invests $1,250. That's the amount he begins with. It's our principal amount. So we can say P is equal to 1,250. The interest rate is 8%. It is our I value. So we say I is equal to 8 over 100, which as a decimal is 0.08. Alex invests for 6 years. This is the duration. It is our N value. So we can say N is equal to 6. Now we can put these values into the formula. So we say A is equal to P 1,250. Open our bracket. Then we have 1 plus the value of I, 0,08, multiplied by n, which is 6. Now we have P, which is 1,250. In our bracket, let's start by multiplying I and n, and we get 0,48. Let's add 1, and we get 1,48. Finally, let's multiply P by our bracket, and we get 1,850. Let's do another example. Michael puts $3,000 into a savings account. The bank offers him an interest rate of 4.5% per annum. After 6 months, Michael closes his account. How much money will Michael have? We are looking at the amount that Michael has after his investment. So again, we need to solve for A. Let's find our P, I, and N values. Michael puts $3,000 into his savings account. It is the amount he starts with. So this is our value of P. You can say P is equal to 3,000. The bank offers him an interest rate of 4.5%. This is our I value. So we say I is equal to 4.5 over 100, and we get 0.045. Michael invests for 6 months. This is the duration. But remember that N is always calculated in years. So a year has 12 months. Michael only invests for 6. So he invests for half a year, which means that N is equal to 0.5. Now that we have these values, let's put them into the formula. So we say A is equal to P, which is 3,000. Open our bracket. We have 1 plus the value of I, 0.045, multiplied by N, 0.5. Now we have P outside our bracket. Inside, let's start by multiplying 0.45 and 0.5, and we get 0.0225. Add 1, and we get 1.0225. Finally, we can multiply P by the bracket, and we get 3,067,5. But remember, we are working with money, so we always round off to 2 decimal points. And this gives us $3,067.50. Let's do one more example. Alice wants to buy a new car. She puts $650 into a bank account at an interest rate of 5.7%. How much money will Alice have after 219 days? The question is asking us to find the amount of money Alice has after her investment. So we need to solve for A. Let's start by finding our P, I, and N values. Alice puts $650 into her bank account. This is the amount she starts with. So we can say P is equal to 650. The bank offers her an interest rate of 5.7%. So to find I, we say 5.7 over 100, and we get a decimal of 0.057. Alice invests for 219 days. This is the duration of the investment. And we're going to use this to find our N value. But remember that N is always calculated in years. So to find N, we know that the average year has 365 days. So we can say 219 days out of 365. And we see that N will equal 0,6. Now we can put these values into the formula. So we say A is equal to 650, our p-value. Open our bracket. We have 1 plus the value of I, 0,057, multiplied by N, 0,6. Now we can close our brackets. Now we can say 650, which is P. Inside our bracket, let's multiply I and N, and we get 0,0342, add 1, and we get 1,0342. Finally, let's multiply our bracket by P, and we get $672.23. Please remember that the values of A and P are amounts of money. So when solving, make sure to always include the currency and round your answers to 2 decimal points. We can use the formula for simple interest to find A, the amount of money a person has after their investment, P, the amount of money a person starts with before their investment, I, the rate of interest offered by the bank, and N, the duration of the investment.